Hello everyone! Once again, Luca is here. We want to finally get started with our Kubernetes cluster. We are going to do it today. I guess. Welcome everyone. As usual, every week I'm here to try and learn more about, I guess, being a DevOps, something like that. Anyways, the underlying infrastructure is working and I want to get right into it. So no runs today, I guess. And indeed, last time we left off where I modified the configuration of the Fedora CoreOS virtual machines, and I need to redeploy them, I guess. So I will do exactly that. Let me just check one thing, because if I recall correctly, in the configuration, yeah, I just passed this file that I modified last time. If I can find, oh, I have so much stuff open in here. Various work, there it is, and I have added, no, I didn't. I wanted to do it, it seems, but I didn't. So let's do it right now. Like this. I'm certain that all VMs will have all pieces necessary. Actually, it may be an issue because kubectl is needed only for the control plane, not for the worker. So maybe kubectl will be installed manually. Let's go for it like this for the time being, and then we will see what happens. So as usual, documents cluster. Oh, do we need to change configurations? Well, it doesn't hurt to go through the butane once again. Control plane 2 to control plane 2, control plane 3 to control plane 3, for kernel.io to kernel.ign, and the same worker 2. And for the time being, we have all the needed butane and ignition files. After that, we are already in the correct place in here. Tofu plan minus destroy out test. We will destroy everything and recreate everything. And this should lead us to have the correct infrastructure. Let's just check to be sure. Proxmox Yeah, thank you. And now we go into it like this. And let's see that all the VMs start, and after starting they will all do some stuff and then restart. Fit to message client. What? 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 Search to reach and I do have wait a minute. Fair to remember to take the root of SSH. Then SSH with another key via SSH minus capital L. What? Why every time do I have some issues? And one is running, one VM, so I don't get it. What is it? This, I didn't change any configuration in here. What the hell? Config this and actually it seems to be some silly thing. Is it possible that there is something wrong in the configuration of some other VM? Let me jump into this VM. Search. And we go into it, check it, method is here, Kube ADM is here, Kubernetes is here, kubectl is not here, and Kube -3, whatever, 135. So it did work. What the hell? Let's try once again and let's see what happens. It seems that everything is going well. Worker 1, worker 2, control plane 1, 2, 3. Was it a fluctuation in connectivity maybe? But the stream is fairly stable. Go figure. Doesn't really matter, does it? Control plane 1 is the most important one, by the way, because it has the configurations for the load balancer that we worked on last stream. But anyways, weird things happen. Not too much of an issue. So in here we have everything apart kubectl that needs to be installed in the 3 control plane nodes. So sage sh12 sh3 not ready. Oh yeah, 104, no, 100. What? This should be 103. Did I? Yeah, I caught it in the wrong moment. And 112. In theory, yeah, look at this. Yeah, put it in the wrong moment. So RPM OS3 install kubectl. Yeah, you're right. And it should add the block of finalization. This is not great because oh Jesus, cancel. Actually, hope it's installed in the correct version. Yeah, it is. Sudo complete. And then even in here we are done. So we are good. Yeah, of course. This needed its part as well. Okay, so we are in place exactly how we wish it to be. Let's put it in here, maybe, I don't care. Yeah. Now it's time to work on the actual part that I need to learn. So Kube ADM deployment for multi-node. So, and I wanted to do it without the custom config file. I wanted to do it with the various parts written down. I don't remember about this. Jesus. Someone configuring the field. Oh yeah, if I recall correctly, I did create this, but I have also deleted it, destroying the VM. I reckon. Let me just check the notes. Oh wait, yeah. To destroy, streaming packages, to remove the control plane. Could it be? Cancel. Could it be me? No. I didn't write notes about it. I didn't write notes about this. Damn. But if I recall correctly, this was right, but this was just V1. Jesus. Duplicate. And if I search for this, yeah, V1, beta 1, but there is also the V1, and that's it if I recall correctly. Kubernetes, Kube ADM, config Kubernetes, configuration V1 instead of V1 alpha 1 or beta 1. That is the V1. Okay, so I need once again to do that, I think, to ensure that I use systemd. And there was another part, yeah, endpoints, I think, well, not backup, no, maybe kubectl. I don't remember. I don't remember. So, first of all, this. Let's avoid doing things in multiple ways. So, this is V1, that was beta 4 and was correct, and this is 35. And this is alright. Configuration file to ensure the what was it? The container runtime is managed through systemd. I didn't document it because I'm silly. Yeah. And at the creation of the cluster, we need to use web configuration kubeadm config dot yum, if I recall correctly. And this is one thing that should be added to this part as well. Open endpoint, load balancer DNS, load balancer port, which will be the command above should be integrated with command where is the IP address, not the DNS name of the node where the load balancer runs. Is 22.168.1. In my case, in theory, it should work. And this is the port. Is the port configured in the port balancer, which I'm scared. It's 6443 in my case, and it may be an issue. We will see, I guess. It's possible to put the IP address. Yeah, I don't want to do manual certificate distribution for the time being. I hope that it won't be an issue, given that I'm doing in part this and in part inline, I guess. And I think we can do this. Let me just read on before I actually go for it. The output looks similar to, okay, we will see. Copy this output to a text file. You will need it later to join control plane and worker nodes to the cluster. Okay. When a process is used with kubeadm init, the certificates of the primary control plane are encrypted and uploaded in the kubeadm certs secret. To re-upload the certificates and generate a new decryption key, use the following command on a control plane node that is already joined to the cluster. Yeah, I won't need it anytime soon, but good to know that it is a possibility, I guess. You can also specify a custom certificate key during init that can later be used by join. To generate such a key, you can use the following command. I don't plan on doing that. The certificate key is a hex encoded string that is an AES key of size 32 bytes. Okay. As stated in the command, the certificate key gives access to the cluster sensitive data, keep it secret. That's okay. Apply the CNI plugin of your choice. Follow these instructions to install the CNI provider. Make sure the configuration corresponds to the pod seeder specified in the kubeadm configuration file if applicable. CNI, I don't even remember CNI. What's CNI? CNI, Container Network Interface, okay. And that's number 2. You must pick a network plugin that suits your case and deploy it before you move on to the next step. If you don't do this, you will not be able to launch your cluster properly. Okay, so this will be the following step. Let's close it right now. 3. Type the following, watch the pods and control plane components get started. Yeah, thank you so much, but first I will need to join the rest of the nodes. Step for the rest of the control plane nodes. No, it's first this. Okay. For each For each additional control plane node, you should execute the join command that was previously given to you by the kubeadm init output on the first node. It should look something like this. Okay, let me see. Control plane and the control plane flag does kubeadm join to create a new control plane. That's great. I don't use external etc nodes for the time being. Common task after bootstrapping control plane. Install workers. Manual certificate distribution is not something I want to do. So we are fairly ready. Let's go for it and let's see what happens. So let's build the command in here. Kubeadm. Oh, wait. Sudo. Kubeadm init minus control plane endpoint, and it will be, wait a minute, I didn't recreate that file. Yeah. Yeah, VI, sorry. I will install Vim, I guess, in the next time. I recreated the virtual machines, maybe? Copy. And this one is a file that I will create maybe in an automated way as well. Maybe, once again, we will see. I think this is right. Yeah. And we will now do what I was about to do. So kubeadm init and we will see if as config the file name. Nope. Well, the file name is there actually. I'm lucky, I guess. And then advanced control plane endpoint, which would be nice to have in the kube adm config.yaml file, I guess, but it's okay for the time being. This is actually a test and it may not work. 6443. Oh. Okay. Minus control plane endpoint and minus upload certs. In theory, this should be the correct command. Okay. All the correct command should be the following. And let's do this. Wrong game. Cannot mix minus config with arguments. I thought it might be a problem. So now we need to dig into the creation of a kube adm config file that allows me to define the control plane endpoint. I guess. Okay, so let's comment and write that this is for the system, the management of the container runtime. Linear load balance config. I guess it shouldn't be too difficult because I need to take this and search in the documentation for this. Endpoint. I don't like this. So control plane endpoint flag. Move it to the YAML config file. Let me see. Okay. Cluster configuration, control plane endpoints. I think this is the one. but there is no port. Can you put the port? Control plane endpoint. Once again, duplicate. Let's see. In theory, only this. Ah, come on. Control plane endpoint supports also the port. Okay, perfect. But is it present also in kubeadm v1 beta 4? It seems so. So this is a part of this. So kind of cluster configuration. Let me read. When executing kubeadm init with the management config option, the following configuration types could be used. Cluster configuration, Kubernetes configuration. But only one between init and cluster is mandatory. Okay, what do we have? We have Kubernetes configuration and cluster configuration. So in the cluster configuration, I can add what I want. In theory, kind of configuration, bootstrap tokens, whatever, not the registration. Local API endpoint, not open endpoints. Okay, so control plane endpoint, where is you? Okay, and there it is. 92, 168, 111, 6443. Wait, I didn't finish. I need the certs. Certify, cert sun, certification, cert. Oh, come on. Upload cert. Okay, so set the key, which certificate keys are encrypted prior to being uploaded in a series and during the upload certs init phase. Yep, but that's nope. That's not exactly what I want to do. But at the same time, the command is not correct as I feel, because the management config flag cannot be mixed with the minus control plane and point flag. Let's see if I manage to do this well. come on. Third time is the charm, they say. Yeah. Mainly because I get annoyed. So here we are, and the mitigation won't be addition of the following line. To the configuration in the let's see if the upload sets flag will lead me in the same direction. Therefore, if I go sudo, now I can just remove this stuff because it's in the kubeadm config file, and let's see. In value configuration of group version kind and API version is another information that must be specified to the stack trace in the error execute higher. What else? Group version kind. Stack trace on this must be equal 5 for higher. So. Okay, so we have some error in the configuration file and seemingly some API version, and let's check one thing. Version, I hope it works. SV, oh Jesus. Myself, is there a freaking version? usage, whatever, completion, add, join, token, version. No, without minus is the correct way. 135. So we are good with that. Let's search with the error, because honestly we are getting close, given we got an error not because the command was incorrect, but because the configuration file was incorrect. With the invalid configuration. Wait a minute. Did I really do what I think I did? We have API version, Kubernetes version, but Kubernetes configuration, I can put the Kubernetes version there. We did. What? What? Yeah, let's move this away for the time being, because I want to check this thing out. Kubernetes version, controller manager, extra arguments, networking, port. You never know. I don't think that's the issue, but you never know, as I said. Okay. It's actually a different error. Okay, so this is really V1 beta 1. Oh, come on. Service is not resource. All right. I didn't start the services anywhere. System ctl enable now create and Kube. Let's this. Oh, come on. So, yeah, minus. Perfect. And we need to do it everywhere. Okay, so it seems that I messed up the version of the, what is it? Kubernetes API. Kubernetes API. It was v1 beta 1. Not just v1. Not sure why, though. It works, it seems. I also forgot to enable the needed services. I'm on a roll with messing things up. Beta 1. Okay, so that is fixed. And now we can try once again. So from this action before I using Kubernetes config images. Running pre-flight checks. Pull images required for setting up a Kubernetes cluster. It seems that it is running correctly, but we don't know yet. I can't wait to break my head, break my mind with the understanding of a Kubernetes cluster in general, and for the plans I have, deploying the various services I want to actually use in the Kubernetes cluster. It will be really interesting and fun, and it will take a long time because my brain, I don't say it is slow, but I don't even know if it's if everything is going correctly right now, to be honest. Upload certs. Your certs flag seem to not be in conflict with minus config with minus config. Kubernetes is healthy after 500 milliseconds. Kube scheduler is healthy. Kube API server is healthy after 3 point whatever seconds. But it's not giving an output anymore, and I'm afraid that something may not be healthy. I don't know how long it takes. Is there some kind of some kind of certificate keys on CNI that is required, for example, the pod. Nice. So this thing is doing things, maybe. To a degree, it is doing things. It looks stuck, and I'm not certain if it is or it isn't. The output looks similar too. You can now join any number of control plane node by running the following command on each S root. Error. We have an error. We have an error. Oh, yeah, and I cannot do that. But anyways. Nice. Okay, so let's check this out. Sudo maybe? Thank you. So we have the Kube scheduler. That is running. This that is running, and this that is running. So what's going on? Was it just really slow? Yeah, but I don't see any fading container. Or are these all fading? They say running, so I'm not too keen in understanding. Let me do this. Okay, so container image created when state running, name attempt 0. Validate. Kube system is the namespace. So attempt in CreateCTL, what is it? Let me see. crystal attempt crystal yes attempt and buggy whatever maybe attempt no meaning machine point crystal attempts to connect to this. That was similar to is there a man page for the CTL? Definitely not in here. Oh, come on. Wow. CTL man page. Okay. Oh, come on. Seems Bachman, maybe. The 14 points are not duplicated in a time of version must be satisfied from attempt 0 meaning. Are you serious? I don't understand. Maybe I can just rerun this and everything will go well. Because everything is running and there is no, seemingly at least, there is no error. Error. There is some error. Whew. I need to destroy stuff and maybe change that configuration. Instead of 6443, let's put 8443, I guess. No, it didn't give me that error before. It's giving me this error because I'm trying to init. So what you're doing, you can make a check. Non-federated error execute. Check failure to system trace, whatever. I need to destroy what I tried to create. So Kube ADM. There is a reset. So let's try this. Kube APM reset. Yes, I'm sure. Yeah, in case I will recreate the freaking VM. Same place. It wasn't API server before. I think not. It was the controller manager. So it seems there is quite the issue. Waiting for the control plane components. This can take up to 4 minutes. Good to know. Good to know, and it means that I have a couple of minutes still before I actually get the error once again, and I just say there is something wrong and I need to dig more into the error. But at time 0, and it was running, so maybe I can just restart the let's see, Kube init restart incomplete Kubernetes command. Is it possible? I thought so. I thought so. Maybe, just maybe, I need to run it with -v equal 5 and see exactly where it gets stuck. This will lead me, most likely, to understand the issue, maybe, most likely, because currently I just know that it gets stuck after about 3 seconds. 3 seconds, 3 seconds and a half. And that's not fun. But what can I say? It should be crashing in less than a minute, if it crashes. And I will time it again also the next time, maybe. So in the end, even during this stream, we don't have the Kubernetes cluster up and running. We have something that is almost there. So I need to do some troubleshooting, it seems. Which can be fun, to be honest. Yeah, there it is. And once again, if I go like this, did I use sudo? I did, okay. error running, and that's what annoys me most. Okay. Age close to an equal time, not time, just without it. Okay. Connection refused. So it gets stuck in connection refused. I thought it might get broken like that. So core was control manager check failed, connection refused. Not yet. Okay. After upgrading. I did that. I think. That's not transport error. Let's remove this. It's not kubectl. Is the fucking Kubernetes control manager. Honestly. For minutes. It crashes after 4 minutes. Here we have the stack trace, but here is not healthy. So that is basically the issue. could be the thing about pulling images. So first of all, this. And it was, where was it? What the hell? Let's do this once again, but we stop it because it should be in here. Something, this might take a minute depending on the speed of your internet connection. You can also perform this using clinical images. There it is. So once again, this, and then we go like this first. What? Thank you. I want the stable one. Okay, so this shouldn't be an issue anymore in theory. But it wasn't that issue. Okay, the strong was misconfigured. I might need to reboot. That's something that I may need to do. Doesn't hurt, so let's just try it. For some reason, I think so. I still kubectl. Did I reboot after that? It seems so, but you never know. So now we go once again like this, and we just try. Let's try it and let's see what happens. There was a failed something up there. Connection refused for some reason, but apart from that, I saw failed. Yeah, it is that failed. And it is what's happening continuously. Kube control manager, check failed. got wrong, and I cannot actually modify these files as is, but I can check them. etc Kubernetes manifests Kube scheduler. Actually, let's check controller manager, given that is the one giving me issues. Container port. Okay, I don't even have this port 0. So that's definitely an issue. As this. I'm still confused that this may be an issue. This is not needed, this is not needed. Thank you, city. Okay. Shouldn't hide the I needed to actually connect to my usual. I need to give it the kube config file to use kubectl, or I need to have it. Oh Jesus. yeah, okay. Get services. Pods, I don't think. Yeah, because it's no. Okay. But that is anyways broken. Okay. And I don't know why. And I don't know why. So we'll give it another few minutes and then I will leave and come back next week to troubleshoot this maybe with an empty mind. Should be the default, but I'm not sure. Ah, come on. Container creating, it is stuck in container creating. If I go describe of this, in theory, describe this, the type, it's not type, it's the name. Oh Jesus, describe, what was it? I don't even remember. I used it probably last year, the last time, so who knows? Pods, I saw it in here, describe service monitor. Okay, I need to better understand how to analyze this freaking thing. This is a pod, because I got pod. Is there describe for the pods? You must specify the type of resource to use. For a complete list of supported resources. Okay, is there pods in here? I can grab. Yes. So describe pod, maybe. Pods is forbidden use system. Manager cannot get pods in a group. Maybe it is pods. Nope. Oh Jesus. Okay, so instead I go system, Kube controller manager, resource type system. Is it a pod? User, not use. Oh, come on. I misread. I don't remember. But I can try to search. kubectl describe pod. kubectl describe nodes pods slash pods slash cannot is forbidden. Cannot add resource pods in API group. Ah, okay. It is this. It is not the correct one. Shell sudo of etc Kubernetes if scheduler con admin conf. What? Super. Oh, look at that. Fuck's sake. Field mount, field. Oh. Okay. Okay. How the hell do I go around this? Because I cannot go around it unless I create the folder ahead of time, I guess, but what about what's inside? How the hell do I go around this? Well, first of all, we understood a couple of things. Notation, whatever. But some stuff was created, I don't understand. User libexec Kubernetes. For what? Flex one. Okay. So, this is the error, which I will take to my copy to my notes. So, Kube controller manager is the issues. This seems to be the issue. And it is connected to the network of the OS. So it's not exactly easy to fix. Need some research possibly pointing that going to be created somewhere else. I don't know. But we are really close. Common use for troubleshooting. Let me copy that as well, because honestly it has been a while since I used kubectl, so having the command here will help me. So for the time being, I think we are done for today. I guess shorter stream than usual, but not really that much shorter. Last time I did pretty much the same amount of time, I think. But we are getting closer and closer to have a cluster. So, thank you all for watching and see you next week. Locally out. Bye.